A home for the racing game. So, what makes a great racing game, and what are some of the greatest racing games around? Here's what you think.
Good elements in a racing game have to be more than just racing. There has to be, like, I like it when cars shoot at each other.
Physics are most important. How the car handles versus how the car would handle in real life. Crashes, does the car take real damage?
I think it boils down to a combination of the physics engine that's implemented, controls, and I guess, you know, good graphics don't hurt as well.
I tend to like fantasy racing games more than realistic racing games. I'm not a big Gran Turismo person. However, games like F-Zero for the Super Nintendo really drew me in.
For me, realism is driving to work in my Honda Civic. So, it's not something I look for in a racing game.
If it's gonna be real, it's gotta have everything. You gotta be able to customize the car, work on the car. And if it's gonna be fun, then go all out, do slapstick, you know, keep funny characters, and just, you know, a great experience.
Now that we know what makes a racing game hum, let's begin our 10-lap tour of duty. We kick off the countdown with a four-wheel spin off the beaten path in ATV Offroad Fury. You'll be riding high on an all-terrain vehicle, and if you learn how to preload, you'll be flying even higher. The high-powered tricks score big with gamers, and so does the tricked-out soundtrack. Give it a spin and listen. The extreme racing is cool and all, but we would never have gotten that far if it weren't for the pioneers. Coming in at number 9 is Pole Position. And what could I possibly say about the game that could top these familiar sights and sounds? Prepare to qualify.
Prepare to qualify.
Prepare to qualify. Prepare to qualify.
Prepare to qualify.
Pole Position, to me, should be recognized as one of the all-time greatest racing games because it was the first coin-op racing game with a steering wheel and a pedal, and you could shift, and at the time there's nothing like it.
It was ahead of its time. It was the first game in which cars came at you instead of like you in a side scroll or like the track perspective. And that woman's voice was sexy.
So far, we've covered the four-wheelers and the Formula One fire starters. So how about we squeeze that clutch for yet another shift of the gears? 8 bikes, 6 roads, and the chance to club the ever-loving bejesus out of anyone who even dared sniff your exhaust equals a smash hit by the name of Road Rash. Your choice at number 8.
Road Rash was kind of touted as one of these games that was a bit on the edge for its time, you know, there was a lot of violence.
Road Rash
Rash was awesome. You could just get your chains. You could, you know, ride up on your motorcycle next to the other guy and just whip him off. It was nice to see the fighting mixing with the racing in a nice hand-to-hand kind of way, as opposed to shooting each other with guns.
It's pretty great that you get to knock people off their motorcycles. But you don't have to do it to play the game. But when you do, and you know the guy's out there knocking on the guy next to him, and he's knocking on you, and you're the one who stays up, that's pretty fun.
Keeping one hand on the wheel while using your free hand to fight made for a lot of pretty hardcore wipeouts, but they weren't the best we've ever seen. We've got to take a quick break, but when we come back, we'll check out which games have the best wipeouts. Plus, we'll keep counting down your favorite racing games. Is Need for Speed in hot pursuit of a victory, or is there an arcade game that can outrun it?